Peace to the family, what's up? It's the Young Caribbean God back at you again, Sam Monroe with another video. Within this way, we're basically going to seal up the solar science series that we have been doing. So this is part 3 and it's called Vibing with the Planets. So in part 1, we touched upon Atom Ra. We went into certain sciences regarding the sun. In part 2, we touched upon 3 sources, we can say, of this light energy, which is having an effect on humanity with us here on Earth. Okay, so I don't think the family needs any more proof that the universe and these celestial orbs do have an effect on the Earth, and us here being basically an extension of the universe and of the Earth. You need more proof? Okay, let's check the sun out. Okay, so first we have the sun. I'm gonna break it down, okay, as simple as I can, to show 3 ways that the sun is affecting us. First, I'm going to show that it affects the Earth. It affects you as an organism. It also is a medium that we use to denote something very important within our structure, within how we carry out society. Okay, so first off, we have the sun. As you know, and if you've been following the series, the sun is the life giver and the keeper of life. Without the sun, our planet would probably be a frozen ice ball, okay, in less than 2 months, okay, without the presence of the sun. So the sun is responsible for all life on Earth, whether directly or indirectly. So that is the sun affecting life on Earth. The sun affects you, the human organism, and me myself as melanated individuals, okay, by stimulating our melanocyte cells, thereby increasing the production of melanin, because melanin is condensed sunlight. We are solar beings, we are solar deities, okay? So that is the sun affecting us as well. And also for our nagas, right, the young kings out there, the netters, if your body is functioning properly, every morning when that sun rises, you know you have an erection, you know you have the hat on, you know. I mean, someone might want to go and pee and thing, but it's fundamental that the sun actually works in sync with our body, us being, you know, the masculine principle, all right, and has an effect on us every day, in that it basically causes that erection or that resurrection, okay, because that also links to even ancient Kemet mythology, but we're not going into that right now. So that is the sun affecting you, the human organism. The sun is also a medium that we use to denote something very important within society, and that is time. Because for the sun, I mean, there are 24 hours in a day, and the sun, we can see from 6 to 12, there are basically 12 hours of day and 12 hours of night. So the sun is responsible for the day. It's also responsible for the year as well, because 365 days gives us a year. So that is the sun, and we covered those 3 aspects. Let's take another orb that we all familiar with, and that is the moon. The moon, in terms of the planet, has an effect on basically on tides, okay, and the flow of the ocean. So that is the effect the moon has on the Earth. In regards to you, the human organism, the feminine principle, right, all the goddesses, the moon has an effect on your cycle, which is why you have the 28-day cycle, okay? Now, in regards to us using it as a medium, the moon is used to denote months. That's why we go according to the lunar calendar. There are months of 28 and even 30 days according to the phases of the moon. So this is basically 2 simple examples, right, that I can give that how these things affect us. But if you have watched part 1 and 2, I didn't even think that I actually needed to do that, all right? But that is just, you know, more knowledge for us as the family, right, to grow within understanding. So having covered that, what we're going to touch upon here, obviously, as the title says, is vibing with the planets. So the planets, just as we touched upon in Solar Science Part 2, just as the constellations, okay, actually give off prominences of these gases which have an effect on humanity here on Earth. Now these constellations, when they light up the prominences, okay, I mean, you can actually see it, it's like energy, and we know that the first visible light from the electromagnetic spectrum from the sun is 432. Okay, that is what we can see, but that doesn't mean there's nothing vibrating lower. All right, so same thing with the sun, right? Same thing with the constellations. So the constellations build up this energy, but the planets now is like every constellation has a planet that resides in it. And when that planet resides in the constellation, it's as if like the planet, okay, is a representation of the attributes of that constellation. It's like a physical representation of the attributes of that constellation. So we got to go down into the rulership of the zodiac. So each constellation has a planet ruling over it, which basically is a pronouncement, all right, of these prominences, of these prominences, these energies, these gases, which have an effect on humanity. And then family, we have Mercury, which rules over Virgo and Gemini. This planet is responsible, okay, for transitioning information. It is responsible for how you perceive, how you receive, okay, explain, and even understand information. Okay, so anytime a planet is in retrograde, okay, take for example, Mercury is a planet which loves to go in retrograde. Retrograde just means that a planet is going backward. So if Mercury deals with communication and Mercury is in retrograde, then you will expect miscommunication within that time period that the planet is within retrograde. So first off, we have the Sun ruling Leo. Okay, so the Sun is the planet or the star, we can say, that actually rules the constellation of Leo. That deals with, okay, this governs your ego and your sense of self. When I speak about ego, I'm talking about that sense of individuality, all right, that image that we all have, okay, and we like to make ourselves, you know, like an individual for someone to realize us, you know, and not try to be part of society in that regard. Okay, while we work and we do everything within society, we still have our own look and our own image that we try to, you know, show forth, right? So that is the ego in itself right there. Secondly, we have the moon, which rules Cancer, right? Now I am a Cancer, and the moon basically deals with emotion and feelings. So we're dealing with emotion. When I say emotion, I'm talking about energy emotion. So any little bit of energy that is vibed out, be it from any organism, right, or even from any planet, from any living thing, okay, anything natural, we as Cancers will feel the vibration, be it good, be it bad, anything. So you'll find that most Cancers are very moody, okay? Remember the album Many Moods of Moses from Beenie Man? I mean, Moses never existed, but then Moses actually deals with moon worship because, I mean, the moon in ancient days was called Sin and the mountain was called Ai, so he went upon Mount Sinai and to reverence the moon. So it's all moon worship, right? So it's Many Moods of Moses because the moon actually rules Cancer, right? So Cancer deals with Cancer, the moon rules the constellation of Cancer. It deals with emotion and it deals with feelings. I hope you're getting me, family. I hope the family is with me and is getting all this information, right? And it's actually making sense to you, right? So next we have Venus, right, which rules Libra. Now Venus deals with love and beauty. It deals with how we receive and give of love, okay? It also deals with how we basically also deal with support and comfort, right? So that planet deals with and governs these attributes, all right? Next we have Mars, which rules Aries. Now Mars governs will and courage. It's the planet and the vibration that deals with your fight or flight meditation. So whichever scenario or a situation comes up, okay, you always have like two approaches to it. You can either deal with it or you can actually ignore it, okay? And within such vibration, while it happens internally, okay, it is still that planet letting off such a vibration. Now Mars, because it deals with fight or flight, right? Because it deals with fight, it is actually the planet of war, because within mythology, Mars is referred to as the god of war, the planet of war, right? Next family, we have Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius. This planet deals with abundance and prosperity, okay? So basically, in a sense of optimism and our confidence in regards to future events, all right? So whenever you see someone is really confident in the future, that planet is probably strong within the natal chart. All right. Next on the list, family, we have Saturn, which rules Capricorn. This planet deals with discipline and commitment. Discipline, as in a sense, as in the vibration it sends to you, is always some kind of resistance, you know, where it will make you question things. Okay, so you would see it as sort of like a challenge. So it will send challenges your way. Challenges were not for you to be down, but instead of asking, why is this happening to me, you should really be asking yourself, what is this teaching me? And it deals with commitment in a sense as Commitment is something that you're going to fulfill within a certain time period. So the fact that it deals with time, Saturn in mythology is referred to as Chronos, okay? And as we all should know, chronology is the study of time. So Chronos and chronology, we can see the similarities within these two. Moving along, family, we have Uranus, which rules Aquarius, okay? This deals with specifically change, all right, and individuality, because I mean, for one to change, first of all, you need to go back and study yourself, sit back, basically, and analyze yourself, all right, your habits and everything. And if you want to make that change, that is the planet that will be responsible. So certain individuals you see, probably they're always up for change, because to be honest, change is the only constant within reality. So that planet will actually be responsible as well for such vibration. Next on the list, we have Neptune, which rules the constellation of Pisces. Now, Neptune deals with belief, faith, and healing. So we touched upon the attributes of the constellation of Pisces, okay? I believe in the truth about Jesus Christ, but we're also going to touch upon it in other videos. But this actually deals with belief, faith, and healing, as I just stated. And healing in a sense, whereas individuals where this planet is very prominent in the natal chart, the hands are, you can see healing hands, as we would say. And lastly, family, we have Pluto, which rules over Scorpio. Now, this deals with, this planet governs transformation and power, right? So it rules over our destinies and manifesting our desires. Like, it assists within that transition, right? Now, I know this all sounds far-fetched, and people who don't actually relate to astrology would say, well, like, you know, that to me, that makes no sense, and that there is just some imaginary thing you're talking about. But it is evident, all right, that these orbs are having an effect on humanity here in the planet. I mean, people who are deep into this are actually using these energies, family, okay, to bring about changes within their life and helping them become a better version of themselves, even tapping into the spiritual realm concerning these planets, okay? Because some of these planets actually move in retrograde. For example, we have Mercury. So these are the vibration of the planets, family. So I encourage each and every one of us to, I mean, you can go online. There are many free websites that will give you free natal charts done, free birth charts done, right? I mean, it's not about people finding out your information and everything. If you're afraid that the government is going to keep a tap on you, they're already watching you, okay? So go online, get a natal chart. It will enable you to get to know yourself deeper, right? I mean, your curriculum vitae, your CV, that's just a summary of your skills and experiences that you received while here on Earth, while going through the system. Your natal chart is basically an explanation of your attributes, all right, of your soul, of your light being energy that you are before you came to this planet, predicated upon the alignment of certain celestial orbs, these planets, at the time of your birth. So family, I encourage you, everyone, to go have a look at your natal chart, all right? So get into the planetary vibration, family. I mean, obviously the planet vibrates this electromagnetic energy and these prominences, these gases towards us as well. But chiefly, we should be really focusing on the planet of Atom Ra, which is why I began with the star of Atom Ra, which is why I began with Atom Ra. But nevertheless, the planets are still there, and they also give off these energies as well. So it's up to us to just use them, okay, to our benefit, whether it is spiritual within rituals or physically, okay? Because, okay, take for example, man was in so much awe of these planets, right, that they named the week, the days of the week, after these planets, okay? For sun, we have Sunday, okay, which is the day of the sun. Now, we in St. Lucia, right, we speak English and we also speak Patois as well. Patois is basically a broken form of French. We call it Creole, right? So we're gonna have to go to Creole sometimes, leave the English alone and go to Creole to delineate how they included the names of these planets within the names in the days of the week. Okay, this is just how deep this goes. So for Sunday, obviously is the day of the sun, everyone knows this. Monday or lundi, right? Lundi, L-U-N-D-I. Lundi is lunar. Lunar is actually the moon, and you can still get the moon in Monday. Monday just add an additional O. Secondly, we have Tuesday, right? Now in Patois, Tuesday is actually Mardi. Now Mardi is the beginning of the planet Mars. Okay, so the influence of Mars, or basically on a Tuesday, you could see that Mars, that red planet, very clearly. All right, so it would in turn mean that the prominences of that planet was actually quite predominant on that day. So they obviously named that day after the planet, which is Mardi. Wednesday, which is Mercury, right, is after the planet, named after the planet Mercury. Are you following me, family? I mean, I can hope the family is starting to make sense out of all of this. Okay, Thursday, sorry, is Jeudi. Now Jeudi is from the planet Jupiter. All right, it starts with the Ju. And then Friday is Vendredi. Friday deals with the planet Venus. It begins with the same VE. And Saturday, we can go back to the English, is Saturday. So family, the people who actually created this whole system and everything saw these planets very fundamental, okay, and decided to actually name the days of the week after it. So we have moved off of how they affect us and how they affect humanity, and we have also touched upon how they are used as a medium that we all use today within society. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I try to break it down as best as I can. I urge the family once again, do your birth chart, do your natal chart. Yes, I know you're probably good within your banking, you're a good accountant, or you're a good broker, or whatever it is that you do, right? But these are all skills and experiences that you learn while here on Earth. But you need to actually know what you are really good with, what you were actually sent here for, okay? Because I'm sure most of you are seeing your job quite monotonous right now. You're probably getting tired of it because you know you were sent here for a greater purpose. And this is it. All right? So get the chat done, go online, get it figured out, and try and vibrate higher, okay? And be that change that you want to see in the world today. Namaste, family. Peace, love, and bliss.